Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Milani one brand tutorial, and I was kind of surprised when I was going through the different categories because the only categories that I needed to buy to do this video was eyeliner and mascara. So these two things I will be doing a first impressions video on, I guess. But anyway, the timing on this is unbelievable because Milani just announced within the last 24 hours that 18% of all purchases made on the Milani.com website will be donated to those affected by Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. And that's pretty awesome. So I just figured I would throw that out there in case there was anything that you saw here. If you do order online, you know, part of the proceeds from those products will go to the hurricane. By the way, I have no affiliation with Milani or any other cosmetics company, so this isn't like a promotional thing from them. This is just my personal video, but I thought that I would pass that information along to you. Okay, let's get started then. I really am so excited about this. This is the second video now I've done this one brand tutorial thing on, and I think this is great because I'm going to tell you as we go along just a little bit about each product, whether I like it or not. No company can do every category well. There's going to be some categories that a brand is going to be weak on, so this will give you a heads up on which categories to avoid, like someone was saying in the comment section yesterday. And it will also tell you which products that I have that I use that I really love that are certainly worth purchasing. So I've been wanting to do these kind of videos for a long time now, so finally I'm doing it. Alright, I always begin with a lip treatment product. This is Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment. I've had this for so long now, and there's 6 grams or 0.21 ounces in this jar, and I use it every single day almost, and it's still going. There's a serious dip in this jar, but I have not hit pan just yet, but it looks like I will be hitting it very soon. So one jar of this will last you forever, and the reason why I mention that is it's kind of expensive for drugstore, but have no fear, you'll have it for a long time. So I'm going to work that in a little more than I normally would because normally there's a product that I use just prior to putting on my lip products that I'm not going to use in today's video because this video is all about Milani. Okay, next up is face primer. This is the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer, Hydrating and Pore Minimizing. So, like always, I apply my face primer with my fingers because if I use a brush, I tend to use too much. Milani has a bunch of primers, so you have a lot of choices where primer is concerned. So if your issues are not hydration and pore minimizing, then there's lots of other things to choose from. But those are the two things that I like to try to tackle for issues. I like to try to get in these areas here because they have a tendency to get dry. Okay, that's good. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. This does run warm tone, and as you can see, my skin is cool tone. It's got a little bit of pink to it. But this is the only shade that would be appropriate for me. I'm shaking it up because I haven't used it in a while. And I'm going to use, where's my brush? There it is. I'm going to use this NYX brush in number 22. I guess Milani has makeup brushes. I don't recall ever having seen them. I don't know if it's a website only thing, but I've never tried them. But if I ever see them, actually, now that I think about it, I think Walgreens might have them now. Yeah, I think Walgreens has them, so I should pick up one of the brushes sometime and check them out and see how they are. Okay, so fortunately this does come in a pump. So I'm just going to pump a little bit onto the brush. Yeah, this is kind of on the yellow side, but once it's blended in, it's not too bad. The fact that it's yellow based will take down some of the pink for me. Okay, and next is concealer. I'm not gonna screw it up like I did in yesterday's video. I don't know how. I lay everything out on the table in front of me in the order that I apply it to my face, and for whatever reason, I had it laid out in the wrong order. That's how that happened. Okay, Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer in the shade 01 Fair. And this is also a little bit on the yellow side. Going to use a Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush in number 57 to blend that in. I'm doing that because after I wash my brushes, they tend to clump up a little bit. I deep clean my brushes every day. Kind of a fanatic about that. Okay, so I'm just squeezing some up. Well, that didn't do much, but it usually doesn't. Usually looks better after I set everything with the powder. That's why I think I started going back to using powder, because it helps with the coverage. Okay, so I was just going to start applying this and I didn't even show it to you yet. This is the Milani Multitasker powder in the shade 01 Light. I have had this for quite some time. Shortly after I purchased it, they discontinued this shade. Why they would discontinue the shade Light, I don't know, but they have since released 2 new pressed powders, and I will certainly be picking up one of those at some point. One has color to it, but it only comes in one color, and then the other one is transparent. So I'm not really sure yet which one I want to try. But I didn't want to buy too many new things to do this video because I am doing this across a bunch of different brands. So I had to pick up new things from several different brands. And this powder puff thing that's in here has been in here for a long time. So we are tossing that today because now I have these makeup sponges that I bought. So I'm going to use that, a new one of those. So there's hardly anything left in here. You can see that I've hit pan and there isn't much left. So because I can't get the shade Light anymore, I won't be able to repurchase this because the other ones are way too dark for me. So I'm just going to swirl this sponge in here and pick up some product and then press it in. So you can see now that the concealer looks a little better because I pressed some powder into it. Yeah, I love this powder. I was really upset when I found out that they discontinued shade number 1 because I wanted to buy another one, obviously. I mean, it's very rare for me to use up a whole one of anything. And this, once I realized that there was no more shade number 1, then I started looking for something else. And I think I replaced it with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, but I'm not using makeup from animals that, from brands that test on animals anymore, so I'm not going to be buying any more Rimmel unless they change their policy. It's funny because Rimmel is a UK brand, right? So how is it that they're able to still test on animals? Because I thought that all the brands had to, all the European brands I thought had to stop testing. Okay, so once you set this foundation and concealer with powder, gives you really nice coverage. Oh great, the sponge doesn't fit inside the bottom compartment there. Okay, for contour. For contour, I'm going to use the Milani Contour and Highlight Cream and Liquid Duo. I'm just going to use the contour side of this. The highlight is really pretty too, but I have a powder highlight that I want to use. And this is in the shade 01 Fair/Light. And this is a cream contour. And let's see, what am I going to blend that in with? Let's blend that in with a BH Cosmetics 128 brush. Okay, so what I like to do with creams is put some of the product on the brush rather than apply it directly on the skin. I just feel like if you put it directly on the skin from the applicator, sometimes it ends up being a little more powerful than what you want. You know, I always used to be afraid of using cream products on top of powder once I powdered my face, but most of the time I don't have any issues. The quality of the products nowadays is so excellent that you don't really run into that problem anymore. Okay, so contour is on. For blush today, I'm going to use Milani Baked Blush in number 13, Rosa Romantica. Milani has so many fantastic blushes. I feel like this is their strongest category of makeup. Yeah, they have tons of beautiful blushes. So sometimes it's hard to decide which one to use, but because there's so many great ones. To apply this, I'm going to use an e.l.f. mineral powder brush to apply this. And so I'm just going to swirl my brush in there. And it's a baked blush, so you don't have to be careful. Isn't that the most gorgeous color? It's not very dark, but it is stunning. This is one of their newer baked blush colors. I'm gonna put a little more over here now. Make it even. And for a highlighter, I'm going to use the Strobelight Instant Glow Powder in 01 Afterglow. When this first came out, I hunted everywhere trying to find it. The slot was always empty. But once the popularity died down and everyone had it, I was finally able to get it. And it is so pretty. It comes in other shades too, of course. I'm going to use a Real Techniques highlighting brush. Just swirling this in here and going right across the top of my cheekbones and a little bit up into my temples. Oh, so pretty. Okay, eyeshadow primer. Milani eyeshadow primer. Lightweight, invisible finish. Works on all skin tones. And it's a squeezy tube. So I've just put a little bit on my finger and blend it out. Was just looking to see if it had any color to it. This isn't new, I've used this before, but it has very, very little color. It's almost transparent. When you blend it out, you can't even see it. And for eyeshadows today, I'm going to use the Milani Everyday Eyes Eyeshadow Collection in 01 Must Have Naturals. They just released a couple more additions to this line. There's now a matte palette and there's a metallic palette, so I'd like to pick those up at some point. So here we go. I'm going to use this large shadow right here, which is just a shimmery beige color. And let's just take this e.l.f. blending brush and apply some of that to the brow bone highlight area. I'm also going to apply that on the lids. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade, and it just really glows. All right, let's grab a different brush now. This is an e.l.f. brush. Is this the same? This one doesn't have any description on it. It just says e.l.f. So that must have come with some kind of kit or something. Okay, so let's go into this second shade. It looks pretty light. I'm going to try contouring with this though. We'll see. If it's too light, I can always add something else. Okay, so that's just sort of a subtle contour there. Goes nice with that other color though. All right, I think I'm going to go back to that brush I had before and pick up some of this shade right here, which is like a really pretty, it's sort of like a light brown, but it has a golden tone to it. So I'm going to pick up some of that and I'm going to pop that on the lid on top of that other color. Just want to deepen up this shade a little bit because the other shade is pretty but doesn't really show up that well. I think it was more or less meant to be used like as a base. And then I'm going to switch back to that other brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the crease, but I'm going to put it just in the outer crease. That one is a little bit powdery, so be careful with that. And it's pretty pigmented, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat some of this on for like placement and then blend it out with a clean brush. Okay, this is a NYX number 13 brush, and now I'm just going to blend out the edges of this. Just to eliminate any harsh lines. Okay, now I'm going to take a Zoeva small pencil brush and I'm going to pick up some more of that same shade and I'm going to drag that along the lower lash line. Okay, and let's see, this shade right here, I think I'm going to just put my ring finger in that, swirl it around a little bit, and I'm going to press that right into the center of my lids. Sort of give it like a halo effect. So just in the center. And there is a black there, but I'm not going to use that because the next step is liner. And I'm going to use Milani Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner in 03 Hooked on Espresso. I was kind of debating between the black and the brown, and I think they were all out of the black, so I went with the brown. So with this palette, you could use black or brown. Okay, never tried this particular mascara before. So let's put this right along the lower lash line. Oh, that goes on really nice. And this is waterproof, so it shouldn't move. Oh, that applies so nice. And since it's waterproof, it shouldn't be a problem if I apply this to my upper waterline as well. Very nice. I like it. Now the next category worries me tremendously. I've tried Milani mascaras in the past. Never liked them. This is the Milani Lash Trifecta. It says it lengthens, curls, and separates. They only have 2 mascaras from what I can see at the store. And I knew I had tried one before and I couldn't remember which one it was. It was this one and I didn't like it. And I don't think I've tried the other one. I don't think, but the other one is a volumizing mascara and I don't usually like volumizing mascaras, so I'm going to curl my lashes. And one of the reasons why I don't like Milani mascaras is I took this out of the package yesterday and opened it up. Can you see that? It looks like a brush with nothing on it. It's a dry mascara. To me, that's so pointless. You know, if you take it, put it back into the tube and pull it out, you don't see anything except for maybe, no, not even on the tip. So, I don't know. I don't know how this is supposed to do anything when I can't see any product at all on that brush. And this is brand new, right out of the package. Okay, it is depositing a little something on the bottom here. Won't have to worry about clumping with this. All right, here we go. Okay, it is depositing something. But yeah, I like wet mascaras. This is just too subtle for me. I want to be able to see a difference, a big difference. Otherwise, to me, there's no point in even using mascara. Okay, let's keep going here and just keep adding more. All right, the second coat, now I can see it. I don't like to have to work for it though. I just want to be able to, one coat and done. All right, now I can see the mascara. So even though I couldn't actually see it on the brush, I can see it on my lashes now. Okay, next is brows. I am not able to get a match with their pencil brows liners, so I have this Brow Fix brow kit. This is in number 1, light. I'm hoping, I've had this for a long time and I just had it sitting in a drawer, but they still make it. I'm hoping this number 2 shade is going to be dark enough. I don't know, I'm not too hopeful. I think if I bought a new one and went up to the next shade, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't used this in a long, long time. Okay. This says Milani on. I'm trying to remember, where did I get this from? Oh! I did buy a new brow product. Hold on. That's right, I forgot. I bought the eyeliner, the mascara, and I did pick up a new brow product. So good, I don't have to use this because I think it'd be too light. That's why I bought this. Okay, this is the Stay Put Brow Color in 03 Medium Brown. And that, do you believe that that's medium brown? Look how light that is. But if I went darker, it would have been too dark. But yeah, the lighter shades of their brow products are practically non-existent. So this is the little brush spoolie thing that came with it. That's right. I forgot. All right, so I'm going to put some of this on the brush. And let's see. Oh, it's one of those situations where it goes on darker than what it looks like in the package. Whoa. Okay, so keep that in mind. I thought this was going to be too light, but actually it's fine. Yeah, it might even be too dark. I'm going to flip it over and brush this in. Or blend it, I should say. Yeah, that's seems to be okay. All right, I'll do the other one off camera and be right back. Okay, first impressions of this is it's very pigmented, way lighter in the pot than what went on, so ended up being fine color-wise, but just keep that in mind if you want to try this. Not as creamy as I would like. This is brand new. I just opened it, and it's a little difficult to blend, a little bit stiff, but very pigmented, so doesn't take a lot of time. You know how with some brow creams you have to, or brow pomades, you have to keep going back and adding more and more to get the pigment to show up. This is super pigmented. So pretty impressed with this. I like it a lot better than I did the Brow Fix Kit. But the only reason why I didn't like this is because I was having a hard time getting a color match with that, because I do like brow powders too. But this is good. All right, so I guess all that's left is lips. So I'm going to use the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in number 4, All Natural. And I'm going to line my lips with this. And I'm not going to fill them in. I'm just going to line them. And I'm going to use the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in number 29, Sweetie. And I'm just taking a little bit of the excess off the sponge tip applicator and scraping it back into the tip, because these are really pigmented. So sometimes it can almost be too much product. They smell like vanilla cupcakes. I love the way they smell. Okay, I'm gonna try to take my hair down, but it feels like it's still wet, but let me try it anyway. Yeah, it's still soaking wet, so I can't take it down yet, but in case you're wondering why I do film sometimes with wet hair, it's because I stopped using blow dryers flat irons and curling irons on my hair a few years back now. I don't know how long it's been, like 3 years. And oh my God, the condition of my hair is so much healthier now that I stopped using all heat styling tools. I do still color my hair, so it is getting some damage from that. But yeah, it's made a big difference. So I don't dry my hair ever. It just has to dry naturally. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this one brand tutorial from Milani. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks so much for watching.